Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 2 of Wednesday. The first episode was amazing. I was laughing, I was enjoying myself, I loved the tone, I loved the mood, I loved the humor. I loved the scary element of the bear at the end because I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. It didn't, it kind of looked like a werewolf when I first saw its legs, and then it definitely did not look like a werewolf when I saw its face. It was very cartoonish in nature, but very Tim Burton-esque, very Beetlejuicy in nature, and I really, really liked it. Like, it's scary, but I loved it. I really enjoyed like the introduction to a lot of the characters that we got and the different groups that are at the school, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing them interact more. And I especially like that, like without really being told. I mean, which maybe people already know this about Wednesday, but that she's a seer. That's pretty cool. I see where she fits in there. And poor Enid is not quite a werewolf yet. That was really cool. I really liked that her nails like looked like really pretty claws, not nails, but like they were nails. I don't know. Claws have nails. Anyway, so the biggest thing for me now with this season, I think, is it's kind of like a little bit of a murder mystery and figuring out what this monster is and like kind of like what its motivation is. Because I was thinking about it. I don't know if most of you know this, but I work in a dental office, and I was working on a patient, and there's a lot of blood. And I was just thinking about the bear killing Rowan and who could possibly be the bear. I really hate calling it that. It looks like a cattywampus, like werewolf slash gremlin. I wish I had a name. So I was like thinking, did the monster save Wednesday, or did he mean to kill Rowan and with all of that save Wednesday? I have a feeling that like the monster like could have killed Wednesday right then and there, but didn't. So I don't know. Okay, so there's a couple suspects that I have. First and foremost would be like her enemy already at the school, Bianca. But I don't think that that's really plausible because Bianca bested her and kind of was like, "Yeah, I am Queen Bee." So there's no reason for her to attack Wednesday. I don't know if there's a reason for her to attack Rowan either. So there's that. Um, don't really think it's Bianca. The other kind of suspect that I'm sure that like everybody would suspect would be Xavier, because I thought it was really weird that like Morticia didn't say like, and Xavier, a friend of your grandmother's, like is at the school. Like I feel like that's something that Morticia would have told Wednesday, but maybe Morticia doesn't really know him as well. So, and I don't know what his ability is. He looks like a werewolf because he has long hair, but he could very well, not be. Another option I thought for a split second, I was like, maybe it's Enid, but her talking about like going to a lichenologist and not being able to turn into a werewolf and how she's like afraid to fail as that and be like thrown out of her pack. I don't think that this would be an option. I feel like they might be like, wow, that's a weird werewolf. How intriguing. So I don't think it's Enid. And I thought it was really interesting that Xavier saved Wednesday's life, but it was also because of Rowan's actions. So I don't know if Xavier was watching Rowan and then finally caught up to Rowan and killed him and saved Wednesday's life yet again. Um, but then I was also thinking, like, well, isn't it weird that she was running with Tyler and then all of a sudden he's not around? And I was like, well, maybe it's Tyler because he wants to get out of the town. And he's, the sheriff's son. So obviously the sheriff wouldn't be looking at his own son trying to find this creature, this monster. And because he doesn't really fit the four categories of like the groups that are in the house, like maybe he's just a different type of monster. I don't know. So I was like trying to put it together, and it might be somebody that we haven't even met yet. It could be a town local that we run into. It could be the therapist. It could be Professor Weems. I don't think so, but that would be interesting. It could be. Oh, I forgot who Christina Ricci's playing. Uh, but the other professor that gave her the Black Dahlia, it could be her. Like, there's so many people that it could be that it's not, that I like have like eliminated, but then I'm like, but like we're gonna put them back in the lineup. There's a long list of people that it could be, and I expect that to narrow down as we go. And it could be like right in front of my face, and I would never even know it. Anyway. Seeing a teenage Wednesday is very interesting because, like, she hasn't really shown that she has like an interest in boys, and like, hormones happen. And she's very angsty against her parents for whatever reason, and I'm sure we'll learn that. Like there's always character growth and character building that happens. So I would like to learn more about that background, especially with her mother. She seems to have a chip on her shoulder about her mother. The therapist even mentions kind of like, hey, that novel that you're writing, what I found interesting was the relationship between mother and daughter. So there's something there that like I would like to learn more about, and I'm sure we will. And then I want to see Uncle Fester. I want to see Cousin It. Like there's like, and I don't know if they visit the school or if we like jump over to the Adams house. Like it would be really cool to see their house because we hadn't seen it. It looks a lot like the school. Well, I think the one time we did see it is when she was outside of her pet scorpion's grave. R.I.P. Nero. I don't know how I got so sad about a scorpion. Anyway, but I'm excited to get into this. I'm excited to watch it. Before I do that, though, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. A lot of people watch my videos, but they're not subscribed. Don't you want to know when I post? Hit the notifications. You don't have to if you don't want to, but like I would appreciate it. I mean, if you want to be nice, that'd be nice. Okay, guys, let's get into it.
This story is about to take a dark turn.
Good.
Usually I love dark turns.
Same.
Like when the carousel brakes mysteriously failed at my 8th birthday party.
Mysteriously. Such a cool school.
How could you miss a dead body?
Because it wasn't there. No footprints, no blood, no sign of a struggle, nothing, nada.
Really?
I saw that monster kill Rowan right in front of me.
Maybe it was one of your classmates.
Sheriff, I find that question offensive.
Yeah, a little bit, but probably true. That is a cool fireplace.
State troopers have put out an alert, and I've contacted his family, but they haven't heard from him either.
Dead people are notoriously bad at returning calls.
What were you doing out in the woods with him, Miss Adams?
I heard a noise in the forest and I went to go investigate. Then I ran into Bianca Barclay and I told her to go for help. Next thing I remember, I was awaking in my dorm.
This monster wasn't a bear or some other wild animal?
I've hibernated with grizzlies.
Oh.
I know the difference.
I think Miss Adams is done now.
Actually, I would like to speak to Sheriff Galpin. Alone.
Does she suspect Weems?
Someone is trying to cover up Rowan's murder. That's the only reason to scrub the crime scene.
Is that your professional opinion as the daughter of a murderer?
My father is twice the man you are. And the only thing he murders is the occasional opera in the shower. You want to reject my claims, but you can't. Because you and I both know that there's a monster out there.
What? You're gonna want to see this.
What?
Edgar Allan Poe said, "Believe nothing you hear and half of what you see." Clearly, Nevermore's most famous alumni picked that up here. No
What?
wonder he became a drug-addled madman.
Woe is the loneliest number. Uh-huh.
I know what I saw.
Your life's had a lot of upheaval recently.
Yeah, Wednesday's not a liar.
I'm here to help you process your emotions.
Emotions are a gateway trait. They lead to feelings, which trigger tears. I don't do tears.
She's not wrong. I do tears all the time.
Have you considered your antisocial tendencies might be motivated by fear of rejection?
If you were to reject me right now, I would not be upset.
You can't get rid of me that easily. You made it through an entire session without trying to escape.
Oh, good for her. Growth.
You see Dr. Kimbot too?
You should know I'm legally required to be here.
Ran off last night at the Harvest Festival. I wasn't sure what happened.
Everyone, including your father, believes I made it all up.
You know, for the record, I believe you.
Sus.
If Bianca Barclay wins again this year, I will literally scratch my own eyes out.
I would pay money
Don't-
to see that.
Full disclosure, I don't like living solo, and Thing gives a killer neck massage.
Aw, that's nice.
I witnessed his murder, Enid.
It's just, we all saw him this morning, very much like, not dead.
I know, which leads me to believe I've been losing my mind. It's not nearly as fun as I had anticipated.
Xavier Thorpe's his roommate. You know, if you had a cell phone, you could just text him and ask him.
What?
What is the poke-up, anyway?
Only my entire reason for living right now.
Okay.
Each storm has to pick an Edgar Allan Poe short story for inspiration. Want to take a stab at being social? I do like
Yes.
stabbing.
The social part, not so much.
Just as long as you're lakeside cheering us to victory on race day. Or you can just glare uncomfortably. Whatever works for you.
I need to speak with Rowan. I can't find him.
It won't be possible, I'm afraid. He's been expelled.
For what?
For
Never you mind. He'll be on the first train out this afternoon. You had a psychic vision, didn't you? I realized you might be having them when we passed by the accident and you knew that poor farmer had broken his neck.
yeah, forgot about that.
Your mother started having visions around your age. They were notoriously unreliable and dangerous.
I don't know. It seemed like that's exactly what happened.
May I go now?
Not until you've picked your extracurricular activity. We want our students to be well-rounded.
I'd prefer to remain sharp-edged.
No doubt you'll find something that tickles your fancy.
The last person who tickled me lost a finger. After I passed out, who did you tell? The sheriff?
You think I trust normie cops? I went straight to Weems and let her handle it.
Hmm.
What are you, alto, soprano, or just loco?
Oh.
What was that?
A note only dogs can hear.
Okay.
Ever shot a bone arrow before?
Only on live targets.
Okay.
When's the last time you saw your roommate, Rowan?
Oh, you mean the one that was killed by a monster?
Oh. Sassy.
Rowan's always been a little off, but the last couple weeks he's been more erratic. So what's the deal with you and Tyler?
He was doing me a favor, driving me out of town.
Yeah, word of advice, steer clear.
Why, because he's a normie?
Because Tyler and his friends are a bunch of jerks. They can't stand
And
the
his
fact that the school is
friends.
the only thing propping up their podunk town.
Says the boy whose life was served to him on a silver platter.
Hey, you know, girls in glass houses.
Should throw bigger stones. At least I'm not an elitist snob.
Ouch.
I don't. Is there anything she can't do?
Are you interested in the ancient art of beekeeping?
I love beekeeping.
Most kids are afraid of venomous insects. Are you willing to feel the sting?
Speaking her language.
All working together to achieve a common goal.
Oh.
There's no patriarchy in the hive.
Oh. Poor Eugene. He was so excited to have a friend.
Where did you get that drawing?
I just went into the woods to clear my head. Then you came after me.
Wednesday, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, back off and leave me alone.
Wait, why is Miss Thornhill driving him? He just wandering around. I felt my fingers get pinched from those tires. Ew! Alright. Oh, don't walk on the floor in the toilet. That's gross. What? So does Weems want her dead, or is Weems not the monster? Maybe Weems is the monster.
Wouldn't have failed me. Don't sulk.
I see you finally made a friend, even if it is a plant.
I go for quality over quantity.
As a plant lady, I agree.
There's an open spot next to me. If you can stand sitting that close to an elitist snob.
A little bit of jealousy there, Bianca. I'm sorry, what? Oh, no thank you. Oh, I don't do spiders.
Admit it, you're a little impressed.
We're thrilled to have you join us on our journey into the world of carnivorous plants.
I want to go to this class.
Who can tell us the name of this beauty?
Dendrophylax lindenii.
Otherwise known as the ghost orchid.
First discovered on the Isle of Wight in 1854.
Very good, Wednesday. Looks like you may have competition for first chair, Bianca. Perhaps you could identify the ghost orchid's greatest qualities.
Resilience and adaptability. It's able to thrive in even the most hostile environments.
But its mere presence can change the ecosystem, causing the established plants to reject it.
Usually because the native species is allowed to thrive unchecked. Nothing a weed whacker couldn't fix.
Are we still talking about flowers?
No.
Clearly, the plants aren't the only carnivores in class today.
Yeah, for real.
Ran into your shrink. She was kind of tight-lipped about your progress.
Yeah, it's called doctor-patient confidentiality.
Yeah, why is he seeing a therapist?
We talk about Mom. Remember her?
Better not be talking crap about your old man.
I feel like he's got a reason to talk crap about his older man. His older man, his old man.
At beekeeping club this afternoon. I need you as decoy. I'm busy and bees totally creep me out. Why don't you ask Thing? Oh wait, you can't because he's mad at you. He's the one who screwed up with Rowan. All I know is that we spent an hour giving each other manis and he really opened up. He feels like you don't respect him as a person.
Well, technically, he's only a hand.
Wednesday, he's your family and he would do anything for you.
Aww.
Go apologize and I'll reconsider helping you.
I love Enid. Look at that. She has a relationship with Thing. It's so cute. Creepy, but cute. Is he reading a magazine?
I snapped at you. I'll check my tone in the future. Now chop
That's
chop.
not an
before all
apology.
our leads turn cold.
That is not an apology, girl. Flip that page. Yep.
I know I'm stubborn, single-minded, and obsessive, but those are all traits of great writers. Yes, and serial killers. When Rowan showed me this, it confirmed my greatest fear.
Which is?
That I'm going to be responsible for something terrible. Not good terrible like Ivan. Bad terrible. And I can't let that happen. Breathe a word of this to anyone and I will end you.
Nah. Oh, poor Thing.
This is the most girls I've ever had in the shed. Other than bees.
Shocking.
Aww.
I've always had a thing for werewolf chicks.
The chance that Enid ever becomes romantically interested in you is less than 1%.
So I've still got a shot? Yes.
Look at him. I'm happy for you, Eugene. Yep, Tyler's like shooting up to the top of my list. Very sus.
I assume your father didn't bring the bloodhound to play fetch.
You must think it's weird I'm stalking him.
No, I consistently stalk my parents. These are Rowan's. I knew it was a cover-up.
Oh, God. Whoa. So he fought with Xavier. It's not a reason to kill somebody.
The cover was darker, more like a day-old contusion. Keep looking.
Comparing it to a bruise.
I don't usually find students in here looking for actual books. Most sneak in to make out.
I accidentally walked in on 2 vampires banging.
Oh, that sounds intense.
Have you seen this before? It's a watermark from a book I'm looking for.
I think it's the symbol to an old student society, the Nightshades. I was told they disbanded years ago.
Was she part of it? I feel like she was part of it.
To tell you the truth, I've never really fit in anywhere. I thought Nevermore would be different, but there's still a handful of teachers who will barely acknowledge me.
I act as if I don't care if people dislike me. Deep down, I secretly enjoy it.
Oh. Okay.
Never lose that, Wednesday.
Lose what?
The ability to not let others define you.
Yes, 100%.
The most interesting plants grow in the shade.
She was nice to her. Sus. No, I don't know. Everyone's a suspect at this point. Oh.
That purple book has got to be around here somewhere.
Well, wouldn't... What's his face? Well, Weems have taken it? Oh. I love Detective Wednesday.
What do you want, Bianca?
To see how you're doing. I'm sorry about Rowan.
Since when did you give a damn about Rowan?
You were the one who was afraid he would do something to Wednesday. Isn't that why you've been following her around like an eager-eyed puppy? Or is there something more?
Interesting.
You suddenly have a thing for tragic goth girls with funeral parlor fashion sense?
Maybe it's because she hasn't tried to manipulate me.
Ooh, yeah, that'd do it.
Okay, why are you so fixated on Wednesday?
Because she thinks she's better than everyone else.
Does she?
You were good together, Xavier.
Obviously, he doesn't want to be together now.
Is that just how you wanted me to feel?
Trust me, Wednesday Addams is not the girl of your dreams. She's the stuff of your nightmares.
And she's okay with that. Why is she crying?
Yoko was in the infirmary. What happened? Garlic bread incident at dinner. Out of the poke-up, and I don't have a co-pilot.
Bianca.
Bianca's behind it.
Yep.
How do you know?
Doesn't matter. You and I are going to take her down tomorrow.
Wait, you're joining the Black Cats?
Why not?
I want to humiliate Bianca so badly that the bitter taste of defeat burns in her throat.
Yeah, but mostly you're doing it because we're friends, right?
Sure.
There are no rules in the poke-up, and she is a siren, which makes her master of the water.
Yep.
Then we just need to beat her at her own game.
Oh, I love competitive Wednesday. I mean, I think Bianca's going to be prepared for her, but still.
We're all set.
Good. Things in position.
You want to tell me what you two were up to all night?
And spoil the surprise?
Speaking of surprises, your costume's in the tent.
Oh, boy.
OMG, you look
Love it!
Where are your whiskers?
Ask again and you'll be down to 8 lives.
She looks fantastic. They all do. I love it.
For the record, I don't believe I'm better than everyone else. Just that I'm better than you.
Ooh.
Let the poke-up begin!
I know Gwendolyn Christie said she never felt pretty in a role until this series, and I'll just tell you, she looks so majestic. Oh! 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 Oh my god! Amazing. I don't want to see it work, though. Like, what if somebody died? I'm, like, really tight and intense watching this. Yep. Good. Smart.
Stay here and make sure Bianca can't sabotage our boat.
Yes.
Thing, I need you to distract a couple of jokers.
Love it.
Later Wednesday.
Oh, not a good time for that. Whoa.
You are the key.
Taking a cat nap?
Joseph Crackstone, who are you? Worst time for her to have a vision, really.
Just ask myself, WWWD. What would Wednesday do?
Aww. Look at them bonding.
2 teams of the Gold Bugs, the Black Cats.
Why did Weems not seem happy about that? Oh, Thing! Can you swim? He sure can. And he can punch underwater. Love it. Not upset.
This is the greatest moment of my entire life.
That's a little not much. Yeah, who are you sitting under? Blackstone?
What are you doing down here?
Interesting.
The girls want to know if you want to hang out later. Oh, come on, it won't kill you.
I'll think about it.
Well, that's better than a no or a snarky remark.
The last time Ophelia Hall won the poke-up, Your mother captained the team. I was her co-pilot. Maybe you two are more alike than you think.
Nevermore continues to be an enigma.
She's sleeping with a cup.
But sometimes, the answer is staring you right in the face. Don't worry, Edgar Allan.
Oh, it was Edgar Allan Poe.
The opposite of moon. Sun. Beginning and end never found. Circle. Every rule has one exception. The answer will give a sharp cracking
Did it
sound.
say snap twice? Da-da-da-dum. Kinda knew it was coming. I love a secret lair. It's probably where the society would meet.
Secret societies.
Yep.
Hidden libraries. My mother staring at me in a judgmental way.
Oh boy. That's a lot of purple books. Oh, this is where Rowan was. Duh. It took me a minute to put that together.
But the minute I inch towards the truth, luckily, I'm not afraid of the dark.
Ah! Okay, like cliffhanger endings. Not a fan. I wanted more. I wanted more. I really enjoy Wednesday's detective skills. I really, really enjoy that. I love that she has Thing. I love that she had to be nice to him and kind of admit like what's going on in her mind. But like as soon as I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely definitely Tyler, then I'm like, oh maybe it's not. Oh, it's definitely Weems. Oh, maybe it's not. So like now there's like a lot of suspects that are ruminating around in my brain, and it was not made any clearer, especially because now apparently there's no crime that's been committed, but you know, Rowan is dead. He's gone. And the fact that Weems is covering it up, I don't know if it's because the other victims that have been killed in the forest were not part of Nevermore, and like she's trying to hide the fact that a Nevermore student was killed. But like definitely it's suspect. I'm sure that like the secret society thing, I keep the seal that's on the floor, secret society. I'm sure she was part of that. If she wasn't, maybe she was somebody who wasn't allowed to be in it, because we know Morticia and Gomez were, because their photos were hanging in the secret lair. But maybe she wasn't allowed in it and she's bitter. Maybe she's trying to get back at Morticia. Interesting. And like, you know, I'm just saying this, the little back and forth that we get between Wednesday and Bianca is delicious, because it's very much mano y mano. It's not just like somebody who's just mean, it's somebody who is as sharp-witted as Wednesday is. And just as like hard-headed, stubborn, she very much wants things her way and she wants to win, especially during the Poe Cup. Which was very creative. I really enjoyed that. I really like that they allowed cheating. Cheating makes it more interesting that there are no rules other than the ones that, you know, you have to make it there and back with the flag. And it's funny because when I was editing the first episode and she was fighting the pilgrims in the cafe, it reminded me of the second movie where like she's an Indian and like she like there's the play that they're having for Thanksgiving and she burns it to the ground. And then in this one they have like the canoeing, which they also had in Addams Family Values. So I don't know if that's like a reoccurring theme, like even in the comic strip or the cartoon. But I did notice that it's like it definitely borrowed from that movie both times. And if it's accidental, then wow, but I highly doubt it. Now, definitely the little mystery thing that happened is when she had the vision when she went to capture the flag, and there was the Blackstone, Joseph Blackstone, like the mausoleum, and like why she had that vision, but then she saw the vision of like herself but like white, and she says, you are the key. Key to what? Excited to figure that one out. Again, a lot of this is just like the questions that I have at the end of it. Please don't spoil anything in the comments. I much appreciate everyone enjoying the story along with me and saying things that they liked about this episode, but please, for the love, don't spoil anything. I love discovering this stuff. I love like trying to put it together, even though like I have theories that are way wrong and way off and they're not founded. I like putting them out there because then when it doesn't come true, I'm like, oh, well, you win some, you lose most of them. But you know, like sometimes something sticks, and I love that. Very interesting. Tyler's relationship with his father, very contentious, and his father's like, "Don't talk crap about your old man." I was like, "Is that an issue? Like, is that what you're worried about your son going to a therapist? Like, you're not concerned about his overall mental health, especially because he says he talks about his mom, and then like is like, you remember her? I don't know what's really wrong with their relationship, but the fact that he shows up in the forest and like kind of like saves her from being caught by the sheriff, I think I still I still find him suspect. Yeah. Because if his dad is trying to find the monster and he is the monster, but Wednesday is getting in the way and he likes Wednesday, there's all this stuff that's happening that just needs to get sorted. Yep. Yep. Xavier and Bianca. I don't that just doesn't seem like a good couple to me. Like she's kind of awful and he says, like at least Wednesday doesn't try to manipulate me. I don't think Wednesday's the nicest person either, so either way he just has a type. It's just girls who aren't nice. It's something. But the fact that, he had a fight with Rowan and then she sees the picture of like the seal in the book and like his godmother or his grandmother or his great aunt, whoever it was, the relationship that he has with the Adams family itself. I'm imagining that they were also part of that secret society that Morticia and Gomez were part of. And possibly Rowan's mother, obviously, if she was a seer and drew that picture in a book, the book that he pulled from that room. I was kind of wondering where that was because when Wednesday was in the library, I was like, that doesn't look like the same place that Rowan was, because I was going to be like, no thing, you have to go across, but there wasn't an across. So now it makes sense. Rowan knew about this secret society. Now I'm still trying to figure out what she's the key of. Doesn't make any sense right now. I'm sure it will eventually. And then I kind of love how we had a little bit of a bonding moment with Enid. And there was even like that moment where Enid's like, the girls want to hang out tonight. And you can tell like Wednesday's just like, ugh. But then like Enid's like, come on, like it'll be fun. And she says, I'll think about it. Normally Wednesday has like a very sarcastic quip or like, I'd rather be burned by 1,000 hot pokers than, hang out with them or whatever it is. She normally has some morbid response and she didn't. Friends? I really like Enid. I think she's adorable. I think she's cute. And I think she's perfect for Wednesday because she's such the opposite of Wednesday in so many ways that she could just only help Wednesday kind of become like this well-rounded figure of society instead of somebody possibly that could become a serial killer, as Thing points out with the hand motion. I love how he expresses himself. It's delightful. Okay, guys, if you want to catch the full-length reaction, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as up to one episode early. It'll be up there a couple days before this premieres on YouTube. And you can also catch other shows that I'm watching, like The Expanse, House of the Dragon, Vox Machina. There's things that are in different veins and also very much in the same vein as this. Like stuff that like I see a lot of depth to it, and I really want to break it down and figure it out. I really, really enjoy that. Tell me what you liked about this episode, because I'm definitely digging the cat outfit. I thought was fantastic. And like Bianca, like don't hate her, don't love her, but like she seems to be really good competition for Wednesday. I like that they're kind of on the same level. Also enjoying Thing and his antics. And can I just say like the plant conservatory? It's my dream. I would love that. Oh, I want to live here. I want to live in this world. This is so much fun. It's delightful. It's just awfully delightful. Okay, guys. I'll see ya.